Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final day of the recent TFT sit. Today we have Remote Night Owl, our boy, playing Norms. So exciting. So we got a good lineup here. We're going to be going for Nasus with the Negatron Cloak to start off. Negatron Cloak goes into Bloodthirster. So if we can set ourselves up with a good ADC, that's going to be a item that we definitely want to get on them. All right, round one with double casters. Relatively easy, as we all know. The first 3 rounds are items and gold exclusively, as well as getting a good base set up for your Fate and your team comp. Hopefully, since we have Nasus, we'll be going Divine Siphoner. So let's see how this plays out. I gotta say, Riot has done a good job with this set. It's been really interesting and a lot of fun to theory craft different team comps and different sets. Looking forward to the next patch. However, I have not looked at any of the updates because I want to be surprised by what they have to offer. Alright, so we got some gold and we got a Tear of the Goddess for round one. Not too exciting, and as we can see, nothing on the lines of Divine or Siphoner, so let's just pick up a Fiora for round 2, since we need a second champion. Alright, more items to go. Hopefully we can pick up a needlessly large rod and a, what is it called? Recurve bow for a Ginsu's Rage Blade. One of the most broken items in the game, in my opinion. Not a bad pickup. Definitely a lot of gold we can potentially get out of these. Akali is a 3-drop assassin. Fantastic to have early game. Once again, no Divines or Siphoners, so we have our 3 out. We're going to hang on to Yuumi and Darius for the time being, although they are 2 3-drops, so that is a free 6 gold, and our Fate is still open. So with round 1-4 kicking off again, BF Sword, as well as the Ginsu's combo of Recurve Bow and Needlessly Large Rod. Looks like we got ourselves some more gold. Alright, a Callista. One of the most broken ADCs in this game, in my opinion. So we're going to upgrade to level 4, pop her out, and get going. Drop her in the back here. Get the Duelist upgrade, as well as having the Ninja buff from Akali. We're going to pick up Yasuo as another good early game, and hang on to that to see what happens. So we are up against, so far, Brawler, nothing. Duelist, Exile with Fate on Duelist, Vanguard, looks like somebody has the Fate of Elderwood, nothing, and then Sharpshooter. So this is going to be an interesting start to the game. We have no Divines, it looks like, currently being picked. However, this guy does have Jax, so that is a little concerning. Alright, round 1 with the fight. Akali jumps to the back and goes right after Nidalee, kills her immediately. Diana jumping all the way back to Callista, as assassins do, getting killed. However, it is currently 2v1. Akali can beat Diana's mana pool, which she can't. So close to a win there, but that resulted in a loss. Jumping back, let's see what we can get. Now, losses early are not that bad, because when we get to the shared draft, that gives us a better advantage of getting the items we want, because the lower on the chart that we are, the faster we can get out to get those items. We're not going to take a reroll. We're going to save some gold here. Ninja can't synergize with Akali because that's 4. Looks like Darius and Yuumi are currently useless. We might sell them after the next phase. Alright, so double Maokai with a Kindred. Looks like this guy might be AFK. However, he has 1, so that might just be lucky. Alright, Akali jumping to the back of the Assassin, immediately taking out Kindred, and the 2-star Maokai getting taken out in addition to the 1-star, resulting in a win for us. So let's get rid of these 2, so we get our first interest with over 10 gold. Alright, let's see who else is playing out. Looks like that game just resolved with Jiggerfivity winning. Oh, wow. It is not a good game for Divine Siphoner. So let's see what else we have on the table. Let's pick up a Fabled Vanguard, because triple Fabled is actually pretty broken. And then Divine, nothing there to really interact. So let's sit on a Mage, see what happens. And then after we win or lose the next round, we'll upgrade ourselves to level 5 so we can put Brand out on the field for some more mixed damage. Alright, let's see who we're up against. We are up against Liquid Metal. Just Vanguard here, Garen with a Hextech Gunblade, which is very good and kind of broken early game because that spin deals a ton of damage. I lied about it being broken, so I apologize. I thought he was going to last a little bit longer than that. Alright, so that results in a win for us, giving us a 2-win win streak, and hopefully jumping us up to over 20 gold for our second income. Let's see who else is fighting here. Stanos in first place. It looks like it's a Diana against, once again, the two Maokais who end up winning, believe it or not. Wow. That is actually a huge surprise. So we end up only losing one game, which puts us in third place, and we are going to be the third set of champions out to get items. We are going to be going for a recurve bow here simply for that Ginsu's. However, because that's not happening, we're going to go for the Jax for the needlessly large rod, do the fake out, and go right for the Jax. So we picked up half of what we want thus far. But since Jax is divine, we're going to keep holding on to that and maybe end up giving Jax Ginsu's because of the divine trait that we're shooting for. So, it looks like our fate is actually Duelist with Fiora. And since Jax is a Duelist, let's go ahead and take that as our fate. So, Callista's a Duelist as well. This puts us in a very interesting situation because the question is what do we want then? We are upgrading to level 5, so let's give ourselves the Silver Duelist buff with Bronze Divine and our Akali as Ninja. Picking up Brand just so somebody else doesn't have it, and we have our other Akali, so that way we can get upgrade to 2-star hopefully soon. And they are off. Akali jumping to the back with a straight board of Duelist Brawler Exile versus Duelist Divine Exile. Duelist Divine Ninja, excuse me. So it looks like our comp is going to win, especially because they put a Gargoyle Stoneplate on a Yasuo for some reason. Yasuo is not the best tank in the world unless you can get Yone, which does not come until very late game. Alright, jumping back to our board, let's pick up a Nasus because we are looking at that. Let's drop one reroll to see if we can get any duelists. Unfortunately, no. We'll go one more. Pick up these two. Just going to sit on these guys for a while. The Yasuo we're going to get rid of because we don't need him. And actually, that was dumb. Yasuo is a duelist. I wasn't thinking because I was talking. Oh, man. Very bad game for low items, I do have to say. All we have is a needlessly large rod, Negatron cloak, as well as a tier. So, facing off against a squishy fish, otherwise known as not Pinch. Very interesting matchup here. Let's see what their sharpshooter, assassin, spirit, and it looks like our duelists are going to pull it off. Let's see who else is facing down right now. Newbie, which is the Elderwood, it looks like, versus Jiggledies. I'm not exactly sure what team comp that is. Looks like Fortune Slayer Ninja. And it looks like Newbie wins that game. Alright. So, we are over at Krugs, and if you are not aware, when you are fighting against Malphite's cousins, you want to set all of your champions over here on the right, so that way you kill that Krug first with all of your champions, and you don't lose any to these two. Reason being is Krug's health resets when you kill one. So you want to kill one, and then have all of your champions focus one more Krug once that one dies. Again, we're going for a recurve bow. BF sword, not bad, because of that Negatron cloak, another BF sword. And let's hope for a recurve. Needlessly large rod. So we have pieces of what we need, but we don't quite have what we want yet. Now, once everybody else resolves, Liquid Metal, you just finish up. Let's see what we get down here. Alright, 2-star Akali, not bad at all. However, it does not look like duelists are paying off yet. We're going to do a couple of rerolls here. Anything for... You know what? That's a good synergy with Nasus right there. The Siphoner trait, getting all that extra healing on your champions is really good. Okay. let's reorganize everything so that way Callista is protected. Drop the... Well, no, not yet, because if we get a Negatron cloak, besides the one Nasus has, that's going to be a very good opportunity for a Bloodthirster. Alright, we're up against Thanos here with an extremely tanky Maokai, as well as partial Executioner, and let's see what else he has. So he has sitting on Elderwood as his fate, but it looks like he got Spirit Brawler instead, in which case he is going to win because that is an extremely tanky Maokai. Alright, we're still doing okay, though. 88 life versus 96 with Thanos in first place. Let's see who else is fighting. Good, everybody resolved, jumping back. Alright, Jax, definitely want him. Ninja, we already have our Akali. Interesting. There's a very small possibility, and I'm going to put a stake in here, that we might be able to get all 4 ninjas. Because if you notice, the buff only goes through when you have one ninja working by themselves or all ninjas working together. So, right now we're sitting in an opportunity to get every ninja once we get a high enough level to get Shin. Alright, up against Jigfidi, if that's how you even pronounce it. Very tanky Tom Kench, a lot of people having really tanky frontliners this game. And a 1-star Darius dealing a ton of damage with his ultimate. It looks like we're not gonna... Ooh. No, there's the reset. Oh, Sunfire Cape burning on Akali, even though Tom died. So they got very lucky there. Let's see what we get for our next roll. Alright, so we're not going Cultist or Vanguard, so Aatrox is not going to be relevant. Let's sit on an Irelia. Just because she is divine. Nothing necessarily useful there, and one more reroll, which is where we're going to stay. I don't think we're going to be using Cultists, so let's get rid of our Vlads and pick up another Irelia. Alright, so we're sitting on 25 gold, 84 life points. I guess you could call them that, even though this isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! At 4th place, and here we go with our next fight against Nubia. Once again, a really tanky frontline with, it looks like, Elderwood Spirit, maybe some Sharpshooter mixed in there. Hey, I called that perfectly. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty close game as long as Teemo can't get to Callista. It looks like we should be able to pull this one out. Alright, back up into the winning streaks. We got our +1 gold, and let's see where this goes once all other games resolve. Now, we're in 4th place, but we're tied with Gene, so there is a chance that we'll get released 2nd instead of 3rd, because it likes to RNG people who are tied, and let's try and get that Zed if possible. Alright, we're off to the races, fake the cannon, go right for the Zed. Alright! We are in good shape, ladies and gentlemen. Time for one of the most broken ADCs in this game to get a Ginsu's as well as a BF sword. I am very, very, very excited for this. So, everyone's got their champions. It looks like Ken is going to go into the pool. And we're going to be able to sell this Zed to get a Ginsu's. Alright, so let's get rid of this one. Upgrade Callista first. Throw that BF sword on there, and see what our reward gives us. Alright. Reforger, which not necessarily a huge fan of. Spatula we'll leave sitting for the time being. And another needlessly large rod. Now, I should upgrade there, but we did take a little bit of extra time to get everything upgraded and study it, so I'm not too worried about one loss. However, we are going to throw one reroll here to see if there is anything useful that I can pick up. Unfortunately, not. Now, once we get to level 6, this should jump to 10 or 15% down here for 4 drops. And looking at this game, it looks like the Ginsu's Callista is going to pay off, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I don't know if this is going to go over into the next set with how good Ginsu's Callista is, or just Ginsu's ADCs in general, but my goodness, is it an amazing pick. Alright, so let's upgrade here and get our Irelia out on the board. So this is going to give us Enlightened, which gives us a 50% mana increase for Irelia as well as Fiora. Let's drop a reroll. And what the hell, pick up the Yasuo for the Duelist. Alright, so it looks like Stanos is still on an extreme winning streak. We're sitting pretty in third place with 84 life points. Again, this isn't Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm not exactly sure what to call it. And things are going okay right now as we come up on Wolves. Alright, up against a squishy fishy. 2 assassins jump to the back, and Fiora parry. Unfortunately, our Ginsu's Ballista has died. However, it looks like this might end up being a close one depending on how Fiora can fare. There goes her parry. If this was actual League of Legends, that parry would have killed everybody. And let's see if she can pull it off against Teemo. And she does, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. She beats Teemo to the mana increase, and Teemo does not get his blind off. All right. Up on Wolves, we're sitting at 40 gold in level 6. And let's see what we end up getting here. Stanos is still on his winning streak, and let's look at how adorable Al Shin is. Look at him growing up to be Aurelian Soul one day. Alright, let's see what Wolves ends up giving us. Fingers crossed for a Negatron Cloak so we can get a Bloodthirster on Callista. Alright, Aurelia dies right off the bat because Wolves jump right back. Recurve Bow, which we needed last time on the BF Sword. Sparring Gloves, and another Spatula, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that Force of Nature. Ooh, we have one more item we're sitting on. Look at that Recurve Bow. Okay, does this give us Giant Slayer? That is huge. I'm gonna drop BF Sword, waiting on that Negatron Cloak. Put Force of Nature on our Fiora. And, ladies and gentlemen, would you look at this?
Shadows.
We are going to have 4 ninjas next round. We just have to replace them correctly. Alright, up against Matsaya. Me not being fast enough, since I am shoutcasting here, may have resulted in us losing this. However, it does not look like it at all. Did I speak too soon? Maybe. Not really. Let's go, Shen. I believe in you. Alright. Not as much LP loss on Matsaya that I was hoping, but we are about to replace some champions and get all 4 of our ninjas out there. Waiting on these 2 to finish here. Looks like Maokai and Teemo are butting heads, and Teemo comes out on top, strangely enough, knocking Stanos out of his win streak. Alright, let's get these ninjas replaced here. So, let's take... Who do we want to get rid of here? Let's just go with the obvious for now. And see where that leaves us. Alright, 4 ninjas, 3 duelists. Interesting. Alright, so we're going to get rid of Nasus. And that frees up our Negatron Cloak, which means Callista is now at full strength, and what we want to be doing is paying attention to getting her upgraded to as close to a 3-star as we possibly can. Because that Giant Slayer is huge. Fortunately, Tryndamere can go right for our backline, and this Darius with a dual gauntlet absolutely destroying everything. If Shen can get his taunt off, which he can't, would possibly have resulted in a win there. Also, we need to take a look at what items I have to see who can get what item. Alright, looks like Newbie is now on a winning streak, and Stanos won that with his Elder Woods. Alright, up to 68 gold now. We aren't doing too bad. We're going to cut down a couple of rerolls here. See who we want to stay and who we want to go. Alright, definitely going to be looking for higher drops at this point. See who can synergize good. Divine Executioner. We don't have any divines for Kale. There we go. Another Callista here. And let's see what other... Katarina. Perfect. And we even have a BF Sword to get a Hextech Gunblade on her for maximum healing. Looks like we might have to separate champions since grouping up is currently not benefiting us. We dropped only from, it looks like, 84 to 68 LP, which isn't too bad going into round 5-1 with the champion select coming up. We're still sitting pretty good in 3rd place. Looks like Liquid Metal is about to get knocked out. Alright, we already have Callista with a recurve bow here, so let's try and pick up that Olaf. Actually, you know what? Zillion would be a better pick here, especially since he has the needlessly large rod for extra sustain. But let's see how this plays out. So, looks like we got 2 left. Let's see where this is going to end up. Looks like Elise is going into the pool, and that chain vest is disappearing. Maybe when we get back, we are going to have another bonus item balloon. I don't know. Are we going to be lucky? No, unfortunately. But we're still sitting pretty on a good amount of gold. Let's upgrade to level 7 here so we can get our cat out. Alright, 4 ninjas, 3 duelists, 2 assassins. Not a bad way to go. And then Zillion, once we have enough gold for level 8, we will pop him out. Do we have any mystics? Yes, we do. That is going to synergize well with Shen. Alright, let's see if we can't give Cat any more extra leverage. Hand of Justice is a great item on her. I don't know if it's the best, but... And then finally, let's round off giving Fiora a Jinsu's Rage Blade so she can get her, as in regular League of Legends, her W off faster. But since she is a duelist, this is a good item nonetheless. And if it wasn't for Aurelion Sol's double cast, I think that would have been a relatively close game. Alright, coming up on chickens, we aren't going to do anything in the next round, so let's see what we get on our initial roll of champions, but we aren't going to be re-rolling anything. It's not anything worth it. Alright, so it looks like we're picking up a Kennen as well as another Shen. Again, our team comp's sitting at 4 ninja, 3 duelists, and 2 assassins. Let's get people spread out here, so the tank's guarding Callista. Let's see here. And then assassins sitting pretty mixed around over here. Why do I have another Kali out? I can put Zillion out now. I didn't realize the game did that. Oh, wow. Okay. I was not paying attention at all. I thought I already had a champion spot. I didn't realize that they were automatically putting out a Kali for me. This is pretty good. Okay. Go, Callista, go! Yeah! Alright! My not paying attention and then turning into paying attention has paid off. Going into chickens, we are at 57, sitting at 4th place, it looks like. So we're not in the best shape, but we're not in the worst shape either. 2-star cannon. Alright. And let's see where chickens are going to land us. Oh, I cannot believe that just happened. We are definitely putting Zillion next to Callista because she is the key to winning. Alright, so this is the last round that we can get partial items before everything else in the Champion Select as well as Epic Monsters ends up being full-fledged or items. Alright, so it looks like we have a Tear of the Goddess and a Chain Vest. 2-star Shen, let's go. So, Luden's Echo isn't going to make a lick of difference. Lock it. Alright, we're going to keep that on Zillion, and we're going to give Shen the Frozen Heart. It looks like we're sitting in a pretty good spot. Let's see if we can't get anybody else out here. Looks like we still have an Irelia, but... Oh, you know what? We're going to get rid of Irelia. Why? Because Lee Sin is a duelist. So we're going to sit a couple more rounds, get some more gold in our pool, as well as more levels before we upgrade to level 8. But then we will have Lee Sin out on the field to hopefully kick people off of the map. Alright. I gotta tell you, Zillion is making such a difference right now. We are killing it, ladies and gentlemen. Rounding out mid-game, heading into the beginning of late game, is starting to turn around for us. I think once we hit level 8, things will definitely start to pick up, and if we can get some more 2 and hopefully 3-star upgrades for our ninjas, as well as Callista, we are going to be in really good shape. I didn't even realize Callista was still sitting at 1 star, and she's kicking some serious butt. This is absolutely amazing. Let's go a couple rerolls here, see if we can't pick up anybody that is on our field. Warlord, Keeper, Emperor, Keeper. We'll take it away from somebody just for kicks and giggles. And then one more. Alright, so no more rerolls after the next couple rounds, so that way we can get to level 8, get our Lee Sin on the field, and depending on how things go, maybe level 9 with Azir. Alright, so into the game. Tryndamere goes back, and we have a Darius with Dual Gauntlet completely taking out our Kalista. However, it looks like their team is outnumbered despite the fact that they are a lot tankier. That outnumber didn't last long because this Tahm Kench has some really friggin' thick skin. Okay, let's wait one more round so that way we have an even amount of upgrades, and it's only going to cost us, I believe, 12 minus 56 would be 44 gold to upgrade to get Lee Sin out. And hopefully, the item that we picked up from the shared draft is going to be very good to benefit him. Alright, 8 seconds left going into this. I'm a little bit on edge, however, we are in 3rd place, which is a good sign. And Stanos is still kicking everyone's butt with 91 points. Let's see who we get. We get Mubi, who is in 2nd place, running Spirit Elderwood Brawler. Seems like that is working for them pretty well. As the fight begins, everyone jumps in, and it seems as though Kalista is pretty well protected at the moment. It looks like Shin is taking most of the damage, as well as looks like our Assassin's taking the brunt of everything. And it looks like this is going to come down to Teemo's Blind versus Kalista and Zillion's Ultimate. And Kalista got enough spears into Teemo that we were able to kill him and barely able to pull that one out. All force of natures, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is dependent upon what champion we get, and I am going to be going for Set. Never mind, picking up Samira instead, because why not? She's a 5-drop. I really wanted that Set, though, because I think Set is a better champion than Azir. A Set Lee Sin combo would be very devastating to any enemy comp at all. Alright, so I'm going to pick up that Shen, upgrade here to level 8, and drop Lee Sin right here next to Zillion. This will upgrade our duelist to 4 duelists, especially because that's where our fate is. And then we want to try and get to level 9 for Azir. And we are putting, because it just dawned on me what Fortune of Nature does, we are able to get multiple people out there. So we have 2 5-drops, 4 ninjas, Katarina, as well as a stacked out Kalista. And let me rephrase that, it is 5 drops because of Zillion. Alright, so the game begins, everybody dives in, it looks like backline's doing pretty good. Set did a huge Batista bomb there, however, not devastating my backline at all. He is going into hibernation at the moment. Coming back out, Samira's ult completely misses, however, in the middle of his ultimate misses, and we completely destroy the guy in 1st place, putting us 2nd. Right now, we're sitting pretty. Drop 1 reroll to see if there's anybody that we can get. Nobody that is worth it, so we're going to continue letting our gold accumulate so we can get as close to, if not level 9 as possible, so we can get our Azir out there. It looks like Jigafili just got a level 2 Yone. He has a pretty stacked team comp with Fortune Slayer Exile. I gotta say, if he had Yasuo, that'd be even scarier because of the amount of lifesteal that they get, which I believe is 80%. We are up against Liquid Metal, who is clinging on to dear life with a huge win streak, but 2 life points. So let's see what happens here. It looks like no one's going after Kalista at the moment. However, Braum is tanking pretty hard, which should buy them enough time for Kalista to get nuked, which she is about to do. Now, as we know, mages do get double casts, which is unfortunate, but how they work for our team comp. So we're still sitting at 33 LP in 2nd place, and with that, our Nexus minion has a Titan's Resolve, which, because he is the most powerful, I would say, in terms of getting people off the map, we're going to drop on Lee Sin, so he has as much survivability as possible. Depending on losses and how many champions are left when we lost, it looks like we have 3 losses worth of games left. So hopefully we can stick around long enough for level 9 and getting our Azir out on the board. Also, I would hope that I can pick up some more ninjas as well as Samira's. Although, I think we're going to get rid of Samira here. So that way, we can have Set on the board, because I believe Set is a little bit more valuable than Samira. So there's Titan's Resolve onto Lee Sin, and our entire Kalista side tanked out with our assassins sitting pretty over on the right-hand side. So here we are going into game 6-1 against Jigfudi with that ridiculously and unbelievably tanky Tom Kench. It looks like they have 2 Katarinas out. However, we have the better Katarina right now. Kalista's sitting pretty, so hopefully she can kill Tom Kench. This is going to be very close. Unfortunately, we aren't able to pull it off. However, we only lose, it looks like, 12 points from that game. So we're getting there. We're getting there, but we're going to need level 9 as well as some upgrades to our champions.
Shadows.
So 8 minus... It looks like we have exactly enough amount of XP to get. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We'll get that up, and then we'll move these guys around. We'll move these here to be decoy tanks for Kalista, because again, she is our win condition. But we got to see what happens. This guy has a Thief's Gloves on Set, and we are fighting a bot, which, if you don't know, I hate, because if I win, nobody loses, but if I lose, I still lose points. Looks like a pretty even game so far. Kalista is not being targeted, however, the tanks are definitely buying them a lot of time. And I wish the taunt from, what's his name, Rakan, worked the same way that it did in-game, because instead of taunting to attack him, it taunts preventing all attacks. However, as you can see, we are able to pull off a win here. Now, that gold shimmer means that we are in top 4, which means we are guaranteed some semblance of a win if we don't get first place. Liquid Metal obviously hanging on to dear life with a huge win streak, and us sitting on our team comp plus 6 gold. So re-rolls are not worth it yet at this point. However, it looks like everybody except Set, Zillion, Katarina, and Azir are all 1-star. However, and Lee Sin, however, 5-drop, 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 5-drop. They are definitely very valuable. I just wish I had one more Katarina. Now, that being said, here we are against Liquid Metal one more time. He has a Swain with a Mage's Cap as well as an Ionic Spark. Kalista is not being targeted, seeing as how she is the primary focus. However, this is the Mage comp that I was worried about, and it looks like Aurelian Soul got killed. Are we about to have a comeback? Ladies and gentlemen, we knocked out Liquid Death. I cannot believe it. All right, we got our win. We are in first place, and it is time for the champion pick. Let's try and get... what do we want? Let's get that Gargoyle Stone Plate from Janna so we can add extra tank to our champions. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not believe what just happened. The one person who we've been losing to consistently all game because of double casting mages is now out of the game because of us. Alright, let's sell that Janna and drop that Gargoyle Stone Plate onto Lee Sin to give us that extra tankiness, so hopefully he can be kicking more and more people off of the map. With 17 seconds to go, going into late game and 2 rounds away from the Rift Herald, which is the highest and hardest level of monster there is to fight, that will also give you a full-fledged item, is coming up in 2 rounds. Hopefully we can survive to get there, if not lucky enough to knock out the other 2 players in the game. Alright, going up against Thanos, we have 6 Elderwood, plus the boss with Set, 3 Brawlers, and 2 Spirits. Now, if I can find Set on the board in the middle of this whole mess, which is right here with the Peace Glove, he is still a 1-drop, which is pretty good from us. Kalista is still not being targeted, as well as Zillion sitting at full health and getting his mana up from his passive. It looks like Kalista just knocked out Set. Are you kidding me, ladies and gentlemen? Kindred is out. Set just got pushed out. Yumi's dead. And Set, we knocked out Thanos. Ladies and gentlemen, we are down to the wire here with the final match coming up. Right, it is full reroll time with 23 gold. Let's see what we can pull off here. Get that Katarina. Alright, anything important here that we need? 2-star Shin, 2-star Akali. Let's hope to God that we can get one more Katarina, maybe not. This is the one champion that I have not fought yet. He's not utilizing any of his items, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why. Maybe he's going to rely on base stats alone, but it is time to see in this final round what we can pull off. If we're lucky enough, this might not be final round, because if I lose with a very few amount of champions won or lost. Alright, we got champions close to Kalista. However, she is still full health, auto-attacking. Cat is nearby and about to kill Zillion with his passive already used. But, ladies and gentlemen, Kalista is still going with the decoy from... Are you kidding me? She's dead. Here goes Set. Ladies and gentlemen, is that the game? That is the game! Right before Rift Herald, we pulled off a clutch low health Azir Set win. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Last TFT game of the split. This was undeniably amazing and believable. I hope all of you enjoy the rest of your day, and this feels great. No 3 stars, 4 ninjas. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a wonderful day.